There's a beautiful cell phone here. It was found in one of the toilets. If you lost the phone, please report to announcer. The board will have a purchase plan. Good ones on this plan. Shoot. Shoot me. Now, narrate. Now, they die. You want to shoot me? Lost and found, ladies, there is a phone which was found in one of the toilets. Please, if you lost the phone, report to announcer. How much and 10 meters? Those reports. What have you done? We're done. I'm telling you, let's come with something like that. Sure. Decathlon, Decathlon, Scotland, Decathlon, Pentathlon, let us all report at quorum. Athletes, you are reminded to report at quorum 40 minutes before the start of the event. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, coaches, team managers, athletes, please report a quorum for decathlon, 110-meter high risk, as well as under 23 decathlon, reported quorum. Let us try to be punctual today so that we finish on time. So I request you athletes to cooperate with technical officials. We are here to assist you to develop your latent talent. Please make sure that you.
Good morning, top of the morning, people of the world and of South Africa, as Jax Amahle would say. It is a good morning in Durban today. Gloomy, but at least there isn't as much of a gusty wind as there was yesterday. So we are hoping that times today will be much better executed than they were yesterday. So just a brief rundown of what we have in store for today. It's going to be a very short program, but it's going to be a lot of the decathlon events and heptathlon. Finals for the long distance events, as well as I think the shortest that we have in short sprints today was going to be the 200. But before we do all of that, today I have my co-host with me, which is Sama. Sama, how are you
I'm
today?
good, thanks, and yourself, Amanda. I hope you slept well. I hope you rested well, especially after the long shift yesterday with the slight delay with the programming.
Yep.
But ultimately, like you said, and like we said yesterday, I think taking a rainy day over a heavily gustly, windy day is something anyone would prefer.
Yeah.
Realistically, if you had between the two, if you had to decide between the two, taking a day like this is obviously much more of a optimum condition day just to deal with. So yeah, I'm hoping that the performances that can come out from the athletes today would be slightly more better compared to yesterday. But
Yep.
surprisingly, yesterday was just as good, which is what makes provincial championships and competition, such an important thing.
So that is indeed very true because now today it's a bit chilled. It's not too hot, so people can be able to actually execute themselves without feeling they need to go that extra mile on top of the extra mile that they need to produce, considering that they need to qualify for the nationals that are going to be taking place at Germiston from the 26th to the 28th of March this year. So that's essentially why we are here today and yesterday, is essentially to give the athletes the opportunity to try and qualify for nationals. Would also like to give a special shout out to our sponsors. We have the KZN Department of Arts and Culture. We have the host municipality, which is eThekwini Municipality. We have our schools athletics partner, which is South African Schools Athletics, which is SASA, and the official sponsors for that are responsible rather for hydration and a bit of nutrition would be Aquile, which is a long-standing catering partner, and Milo, the new sponsor that had just joined the youth scene for athletics, and we have a brand new sponsor that has just joined us, which is Hyundai Durban Central. So we'd like to send a special shout out, and may the relationships that we're forging go far and beyond our expectations.
Definitely. And for those of you who are wondering who KZN Athletics is, KZN Athletics is the official governing body for athletics in this province. They obviously oversee track and field, cross and country, road running, and development programs, working with clubs, schools, coaches, and government programs to grow the sport from grassroots to elite level. And if you'd like to stay updated with everything happening in athletics across our province, not just only for today, make sure to follow KZN Athletics on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok at KZN Athletics, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please and thank you, because that is where you will hear us rather
Definitely,
and see the live action and the athletes getting or expressing themselves to try and get that opportunity to represent the beautiful
100%.
KZN. So
100%.
do keep in touch, keep the conversation going with us on the socials that Osama has mentioned, and just give us a young heads up. A like, a retweet,
Mm.
or a repost will definitely go a long way.
100%. Amanda, before I start off quickly, what's realistically your favorite event that you're looking forward to today?
Today, I'm looking forward to the 200-meter final because, again,
Okay.
I am a sprinter, so
Definitely.
I will gravitate towards the shorter stuff.
Definitely,
So,
definitely.
the 200-meter final, that is definitely what I'm looking
Mm.
forward to. And the remainder of the program, all
For
of
sure.
it, in all of its might. So, let's just give the athletes all the positive energy
100%.
and
100%.
the positive vibes that they need today to execute themselves.
Yes.
And hopefully get to represent the beautiful KZN.
Definitely. I think I went through the results from yesterday. And I saw a number of athletes had qualified and made the qualification standard for obviously for the ASA Youth and Junior Championship. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations to you guys.
You know, given the fact like the weather wasn't optimum to do any qualification standards, you know, we saw the girls in the steeplechase. I saw a few high jumpers, specifically the boys under 16. There was two boys who jumped 182.
Oh, that's
One from
impressive.
CTS and then the other boy from Manzim Toti High School. I was actually commentating whilst they were jumping.
Yeah.
If you remember, exceptional jumping performance, especially for that under 16 age category. We saw the boys obviously with the hundreds, the 100-meter finals last night. You know, some of the boys also in the 400 meters, the under 18 category, they were coming through, you know, just like 53, 54, especially into a hit.
Yeah.
I saw there was a maximum gust. Some of the gust of wind was like up to minus 9.9.
Which is absolutely insane. It's literally like you're running with the sled behind you. If we are to put you in a picture of how bad that wind
or you're running
was.
up a hill, which is extremely steep.
And there's a time that you
And
need to get to.
exactly.
And it was just
very difficult.
It was very difficult.
Very
but
difficult.
to the athletes that tried and gave their best, we would like to congratulate you for that. And hopefully the times that you weren't able to run yesterday, hopefully in the leagues that you
100%.
did participate in, there was some sort of glimpse that it was somewhat close to the qualifying time. So it also gives the selectors a bit of, leeway in terms of granting you that opportunity. So
Like
all
Amanda,
the best, guys.
Like Amanda just mentioned, for the listeners that are tuning in, there is a mandatory 2-league rule that you as an athlete would have had to have participated in order for you to be eligible to make the KZNA team. That's the bare minimum. Outside of that, had you made the qualification standard today, or yesterday, or in those 2 leagues, thereafter would you be considered. You've made the eligibility criterion, as we would like to say, in order for you to be finalized onto the KZNA team.
And that is right. So hopefully, again, today we get a little more quicker, more times, rather, especially in those 200s, because it was the sprints. I felt like I felt the wind or the consequences of the wind a lot. The 100 meters was looking at it and just keep trying to get those times. And like really admire them and their determination to get those times. So hopefully today will be a better day.
Definitely.
Especially for the sprinters.
For sure.
And for everyone in totality. And it's just an overall great day.
I was actually excited to sing Makonazi running. Obviously, as for the listeners who don't exactly know, he competed and won the SA under 20. 200 meter last year. Which is exceptionally incredible. I can't remember the last time that was actually, performed in our province. So, it was unfortunate that he picked up a slight niggle in his hamstring and he's unable to compete at this championship. But he will be tuning in for seniors. Aside from that, the 400 meter men's final today, the under 23, I'm looking forward to seeing Luyanda. Personal best of 45.89, as I had mentioned yesterday when I was on with Giselle. He'll be coming on in the 400 meter final today. So I'm really hoping the weather holds out and we can see actually some really good
times,
exceptionally fast times coming out for the boys. Like I said, rainy weather, it's doable. Wind, not so much. So
definitely not so much.
I'll be tuning in again in the next hour. So I'll be handing over the mic to the renowned Giselle Macherman, who did an exceptional job yesterday. And I will see you all shortly.
Lost and found. There is a phone which was lost. We found it in one of the toilets. If you lost a phone, it's a very beautiful phone. Please report to announcer. But when you come to announcer, make sure that you describe that phone. If you are the rightful owner, we will give it to you. If there is no one who come here, find us, keep us. Yeah, things are getting ready for the first event for today, which is senior men decathlon 110-meter hurdles.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Giselle Kahneman back on air with my co-host.
Welcome back, Giselle. Nice to have you back for these hurdles.
Thank you. On the track, we have the final men under 23 decathlon 110-meter hurdles starting around 8 a.m. In lane 3, we have Jaden Foal from Viking Site Natal Athletics Club. Then we have Jaden from Clyde Kinloch squad. And then we have Amatle from Newcastle Siyaya Athletics Club. And then we have Nguni from Newcastle Siyaya Athletics Club. Let's go, boys.
Not yet ready. Starter bonakala sekurayithi ma nanka amafleka mhlophe sephakeme asiqale kusonisha.
And they are off. That will be the men's under 23 110 decathlon event.
I love the way you say decathlon. Can you please say it again, Amanda?
Decathlon.
And they are off, ladies and gentlemen.
And a victory is claimed. It's a very close tie between CKS and
Newcastle.
So we will see the results, but they came in the unofficial time of 20.30.
Speaking under correction, that would be Wyden and Jaden, lane 3 and 4.
Our apologies.
Next on the track, we have the men under 20 decathlon 110-meter hurdles. In lane 3, we have Mornay from Clyde Kinloch squad. In lane 4, we have Eddie Rasmus from Viking Site Natal. In lane 5, we have Samkelo from Newcastle Siyaya Athletics Club. And then in lane 6, we have Jordan Labuskaghni from Viking Site Natal.
And we've seen the boys just taking out their hurdles and their strides. So hopefully it will be another good final for these boys, and hopefully they meet their qualifying standard.
Honestly, Amanda, I'm just so grateful that the wind is quiet today.
That is essentially what we were discussing with Osam, that the weather today is what we say is the ideal weather to have on such days. Not too much wind, it is not hot, and it's very chilled. So you don't necessarily need to over exert yourselves in your warm up, and also in like when you're executing yourself, it is not too hot for you to execute yourself properly. So I'd say it's the ideal weather conditions for today.
We're just waiting for the setter to get the go ahead over there.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, they are getting into their blocks. Communication has been cleared for them to get going. So that's where we're at. And they are off. And CKS has hit the first hurdle and the third hurdle. And Giselle, what would you say about the technique that is being showcased here?
Honestly, I love his trail leg. It's coming through very strongly, as well as the fact that he's not scared to attack that hurdle.
That is very true because, I mean, again, guys, we need to take in consideration that these people need to do at least 10 events. So, hurdles per se may not be their.
Strong point.
Thank you very much. They may not be their strong point, so but they still need to show up and show out. So the winner took that with unofficial time of 15.97, which was essentially quicker than the previous final. And the athletes that took the gold medal is Mulman Mune, and he is from CKS Athletics Club. Congratulations, Mune.
On the track, we have our volunteers just adjusting the hurdle heights for our next event that's coming up, which is the under 18 men decathlon. While our volunteers are busy adjusting the hurdle height, I might as well just announce the lineup, Amanda. So, in lane 3, we have Melo Kutle from Newcastle Siyaya Athletics Club. In lane 4, we have Sia Bonga from Newcastle Siyaya Athletics Club. In lane 5, we have Brian from Newcastle Siyaya Athletics Club. And in lane 6, we have Marco from Viking Site Natal.
All the best to the athletes that have been mentioned in the starting lineup, and hopefully you guys will get to run the times that will give you the maximum points that you guys will need to qualify. Because again, with the decathlon, it's more so on a point system that they use more than the actual time. So in order for them to qualify, you need to accumulate as much points that you can in all the events that you're participating in, rather, so that it accumulates to the number of points that you will need for qualifying. And the qualifying standards for the boys, we have the under 18 will be 4,000 points that they will need. For the under 20, it was 4,200 points. And for the boys under 23, they will need 4,500 points.
If you just joined us, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the KZN Age Groups Championships and Under 23 Multi-Event Championships. We just want to say thank you to Sapphire Coast Media for broadcasting this amazing event. And we also want to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Yep, so our official partner, we have KwaZulu-Natal Department of Sports and Arts and Culture, with the host city being eThekwini, Nikwiliga Banana Municipality. And schools athletics partner, we have South African Schools Athletics, or better known as SASA. And the sponsors that we have for hydration and nutrients, we have our long-standing KZN hydration sponsor, which is Aquile, and the new supporting youth athletics sponsor, we have Milo, which is ensuring that these kids or all these athletes are getting the nutrients that they need post the events that they do. And some of these kids are actually doing more than one event. And case in point will be the decathlon athletes who will need to do 10 events. So they need that recovery, and that recovery needs to be very rapid. So Milo, thank you for that. And then we have our new transport partner, which is Hyundai Durban Central. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors and partners for forging those relationships and partnering with us during these times. And may you guys continue to forge that relationship and build that relationship to even bigger and a greater heights.
And the boys are getting ready to start their race. Ladies and gentlemen, they are off.
And as we have mentioned before, these are the athletes that get to do at least 10 events. So if hurdles are not their strongest point, if you see a very sus or questionable technique throughout the events, then just bear in mind or just be gracious enough to take in consideration that it is not necessarily their event per se. So that was the under 20. No, the under 18 was claimed by Marco Fritz, and he came first. There was a bit of a glitch on the system in terms of timing, so we didn't get his time, the unofficial time. So hopefully the timekeepers will help us with that one in terms of getting the official time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to bear witness to the under 16 girls pentathlon 90-meter hurdles. In lane 3, we have Kun Tabita from Elite Performance Group. Again, just a disclaimer, if I do mispronounce your name or your surname, my sincerest apologies. In lane 4, we have Zulu Amanda from Newcastle CI Athletics Club. And in lane 5, we have Jaf- Jafet? Jafta Trinity, rather, from CKS Athletics Club. As we can see on the screens, we have our officials helping with readjusting the hurdles. And I think we need to send a special shout out to them as well for being the stars of the show. Rather, they are, can I say, the engine of this event being the success that it is. Because without them running the show, making sure that the athletes are in the call room appropriately in their right lanes, in their right attire, so that they can be timed properly and more efficiently. So, would like to send a special shout outs to our officials on the ground.
As well as our volunteers on the ground
yeah, boy.
doing grinding out there.
So would like to send a special shout out to everyone that is in a way providing a helping hand to making today's event run as smoothly as it can. We have the girls testing out their hurdles and their strides. And yet again, with pentathlon, the ladies need to go through various events as well. It might not be as lengthy as the decathlon, as Shazal will say. But they will do 7 events, I believe. And the 90-meter hurdles being one of the events. So if you see the technique is not as precise or as pristine rather as a hurdler would, just give grace. They are trying their best, okay? They are. Again, we'd like to send a special shout out to our transport sponsor, which is Hyundai Durban Central. Thank you for transporting us safely and efficiently to our required points. But did you guys get it when I said from one point
I
to
don't
the
think
other?
they did, Amanda.
The events that is currently happening is pentathlon, and pentathlon is graded through a point system, and Hyundai is transporting the officials and the associates of the KZN association from one point to the
another.
other. Just a slight delay because there needs to be communication. Everyone needs to be on the same page, from starters to the timing, to the timekeepers in the box. Everyone needs to be aligned. So that is what the whole back is really about at the moment. But as soon as you see that white flag, then we'll know it is go time.
And the ladies are getting ready.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start with event number 166, which is under 16 pentathlon 90-meter hurdles. In our start list, we have got Ukun Tabita from EPG, Usolo Amanda from Newcastle CIA, Bekona chapter Trinity from CKS. Is that right? Yeah, that's Margaret. Pentathlon. Unfortunately, we don't have the qualifying standard for this event.
Seemingly everything is all good now, and the girls are in their plugs and they are off. And again, guys, if you see a technique that is not as pristine as a hurdler, please just give them grace. These people need to do at least 7.
But honestly, I just take my hat off to these ladies. 7 events?
And you do, and that was taken by Trinity from CKS with the unofficial time of 1902.
Well done, ladies.
And right now, I'm going to be joined by Providence, who is our long distance analyst. Giselle will be given a bit of a break from the hurdles, but she will be back. Don't miss it too much. Providence, please join me and let's have a chat about these finals. Right now, we're about to have the under 16 girls 800-meter final. In lane 1, we have Ngwane Ogutle from Harding Athletics Club. In lane 2, we have Hlongwane Lusanda from Schools Invitations. In lane 3, we have Kumalo Boniso from Etumbe Athletics Club. In lane 4, we have Mkunu Andiswa from Kagaza Athletics Club. In lane 5, we have Dube Tabile from Newcastle Siaya Athletics Club. In lane 6, we have Ngobo Londega from Umlazi Development Athletics Club. In lane 7, we have Charlie Asenati from Harding Athletics Club. And in lane 8, we have Mbambo Amatle from Schools Invitation. Their qualifying time for them to get to represent KZN at national level, for them it is 2 minutes and 24 seconds dead. So today again we do say that the weather is not as bad as yesterday. It's a bit chilly, but the wind is not as hectic as it was yesterday, and it's a very chill day. So I believe the girls can do it. They can achieve the time that is required of them, and they will definitely apply themselves. Providence, what do you think about that?
I think the girls are gonna be fine. As you just said, that the weather is not hectic as was yesterday. It was so windy they couldn't drive it perfectly fine on the homecoming. So
Yeah.
I think today is much better. They're gonna be able. I spoke with some of the athletes. That guys, what were you doing on the homecoming? They were like, dude, it was very hard
Yeah.
on the homecoming because the wind was coming at the front and you need to drive forward.
Yeah.
So it drew quite a lot of energy. Some of them they don't do weightlifting, so they can be able to drive through
Yes, that is true.
the difficult conditions. So I think they're going to be fine today.
Okay. That is essentially the feedback that Providence has gotten from the athletes themselves. So we should get to see a bit of faster times and actually the qualifying times that are required of the athletes today. Again, we'd like to send a special shout out to our transport partner, which is Hyundai, who will continue and have been taking us through our journey safely from one distance to another. And I hope you got that one. And the girls are indeed off. You hear that one? Yeah. The first one was
Under 16, 800 meters, to 224 is the qualifying time. 224 for these girls. That is what they need to run if they want to qualify for SA Champs. That is going to be in Tumiskin on the weekend of 26 up to 29 of March. That is Tumiskin. And you are also qualified for the schools. I believe the schools will also be able.
It is, of course, the first lap of girls under 16 800 meters. So I cannot wait to see if they if they come across the finishing line, whereby they'll be taking a bell. We're gonna keep a closer look on the timer down there on the timer, because the girls under 16 800 meter qualifying standard is 2 minutes and 24 seconds. If they can cross or take the bell at 1 minute and 5, it will be fast. But if it's above 1 minute and 10, it is gonna be a bit difficult, because some of them are not well experienced. Taking a bell at 1 minute and 13 seconds, it is the girls on a 16 800 meter final.
And they are indeed starting to dismantle the bunch that they had formed earlier. We have in the top 3 one from Newcastle Siaya, and I'd like to believe the one in the white is from Umlazi Development, but I'm not too sure. But the top 3, they are setting the pace and setting the tone that they want this. They want to qualify. They want to get that medal. And they are approaching that 200 meters right now. And with the unofficial time of 1:54. So it's going to be an interesting finish, considering now they literally have 24 seconds to get into the finish line, or rather through the finish line, and seemingly they can do it. They are now coming through into their home straight and in their last 50 meters, and they are coming through hard.
It is, of course, three athletes. They were on the lead, and she takes the victory, stopping the clock at 2 minutes, unofficially 2 minutes and 24 seconds. And the qualifying standard, oh my gosh, it is 2 minutes and 24.
So
Hey!
those milliseconds, they might be of
Ah,
question, but because Uchali Asenati has came through with the time of 2 minutes and 24 seconds, it will definitely be determined by the selectors on whether or not they will give her grace, considering the 87 milliseconds that she accumulated. But it was a good run from all the ladies at the under 16.
I kind of felt like the first lap wasn't that quick, but they were able to come through on the second lap
That is
and
true.
clock such an amazing finishing time.
And now the ladies that you see on your screen is the women under 18 800-meter final. In lane 1, we have Dlamini Nokubonga from Newcastle Siaya. In lane 2, we have Majos Zinosipo from Zabalaza Athletics Club. In lane 3, we have Mdlalose Owetu from Newcastle Siaya. In lane 4, we have Mudlia Lakshana from Peak Athletics Club. In lane 5, we have Nwane Kwanele from Italente Athletics Club. And we have also her teammates, which is Ngasane Apiwe in lane 6. And in lane 7, we have Nyandeni Andiso from Ekoleni Primary School. And in lane 8, we have Maposa Siatokoza from Newcastle Athletics Club.
This is really going to be interesting one because all of these girls, I've seen them before as they are here on this championship. So they come from different districts, different places, gather there because they are all great when it comes to 800 meters. The likes of the athletes in Ngoleni, the Newcastle, I've seen them in League 3 and League 7 Richards Bay.
Okay.
They're always so phenomenal. The finish is always full of drama.
Oh,
But
God. So
you know
we're in
what?
for a dramatic final, you say?
And wait, Italente. We cannot forget Italente Athletic Club. We saw what they did on the walk yesterday and also in the long distance. So this event
Definitely.
is going to be brutal. It's going to be fast and very furious.
And their qualifying time is 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So with what Providence has said, we are in for a very dramatic final with very fast ladies and that also have endurance. So it's going to be a very dramatic final that we are definitely looking forward to witnessing here in front of us today. And special shout out to hydrating partner, which is Aquile. And they are off. They are getting, you can see even their first 100 meters that they are not here to play games. They're here to, they mean business and they are running on business, if you get it.
If you look at the time, their first 100 was really, really, really quick. Newcastle City taking an early lead right on this girls under 800 meters. So now they are running clustered together. No one is actually breaking off so quick, but it's all about running your race. They know the first lap that which time they must come across or take the bell at. So for now on the clock, it is 46 seconds and they are about to take the home coming. The likes of Newcastle and Ngoleni, Italente, those are the clubs that are in it to win it. All of them. Remember, this is the final. They are all in their sport here because they were able to clock good times so that they can make it to the final.
And as you can see, they are starting now to break away. We have, the bell has just gone through. Everyone has just gotten through the bell. And now it is set and stone as to who exactly it is that is going to take it. And currently the time, the unofficial time run is 1 minute and 22 seconds as they approach the 300-meter mark and attacking that back straight.
That is, of course, the athletes are running in colors of Ngoleni Athletic Club. There is Nyandeni Andi, so a 2025 phenomenal athletes on that part. And then the second and third, it is, of course, Italente. So those are three athletes that are able to break away into the 200-meter mark. On the clock, it's 1 minute and 47 seconds. We're going to keep a closer look on the time. Can they produce those good times so that they can make their way to Jamestown?
and get to represent the beautiful province of KwaZulu-Natal. But who is taking the lead is definitely Unyandeni Andiso, who's coming in into the home straight, that last 100 meters with unofficial time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. She is blasting through that last 50 meters, and close by we
She's
have
gonna clock a good
Etalente,
one here.
athletes,
she?
and she has clocked an unofficial time of 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Just fell very, very short of that qualifying time being 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Well done, ladies. It definitely was indeed a good final, dramatic as we expected. Okay, and on your screen, we have the final men under 20 long jump. In gold position, we have Williams Riley from SCO with the jump of 6 meters and 6.22 meters. In silver position, we have Nkili Zankanyiso from SHA with the distance of 6.2 meters. And in third position, bronze position, we have Ross Jason from QHA with the jump of 6.11 meters. Congratulations, gentlemen. Okay, would like to believe that the boys that are showing up on your screen right now are the men's under 18 800 meter final, where in lane 1 we have Nyanyisa Kwanele Konke from Schools Invitations. In lane 2 we have Ndimande Siamtanda from Okwini High School. In lane 3 we have Klatwa Nkosingi Pile from Harambe 2040 Athletics Club. In lane 4 we have Ismail Sahan, or Shahan rather, from Elite Performance Group. In lane 5, we have Dlamini Lusanda from Newcastle City Athletics Club. In lane 6, we have Ngobontloni from Schools Invitations. In lane 7, we have Mutawung. And in lane 8, we have Gumete from Richards Bay. Those are the boys taking part in the final that you're seeing on your screen right now. And they are also fast approaching that 300 meter mark for that first lap, that 100, and now they are curving in to take into the inner lane, where now it is going to be determined whether or not they're going to be able to stick to the bunch, and whether who will be rather the champion of this race. It seems like Ismail from Elite Performance Group is leading the pack right now. In the close second, we have
Yeah, in the close second, he's right there, right behind him, staying attached to the guy on the lead. It is the men's under 18, and the qualifying standard in this event, it is 2 minutes, 2 flat minutes. Can he keep up with that form? That's the athlete on the second spot, running in colors of Ipantane, if correct, Pantane Athletic Club. Newcastle City on the fourth. It is the guy in the third position there. We're struggling with some of the colors they are running in, but this is the combination of different club in this final.
And
Now,
Ismail was still holding on to that leading place, and Pantane and the remaining athletes are trying to catch up onto him as they're approaching that last 200 meters with an unofficial time of 1 minute and 30 seconds. We are yet to see a very dramatic finish, as
Oh my gosh.
number 4 is now actually
On the
now
second
trying
spot.
to overtake and be number 2 and hopefully be number 1. Ismail has now dropped all the way to number 4, and we can see a new leading man into the home straight and that last 30 meters, and who is taking that lead and who has won this final. It is uNgcobo Nhlonipho from School's Invitation, and in second place we have uDlamini Lusanda, and in third place we have from Pantane Umotawong Kiutlwile.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations, guys, and
The guy on the first position
the
was
guy that
able
got
to
the
clock
first position,
inside.
he clocked he managed to get just below the qualifying time, and he ran unofficial time of 1 minute and 58 seconds. Well done, gentlemen.
There's something that I'm seeing here on these championships, that the 800-meter athletes, 1.5 athletes, 3,000 athletes, those are the athletes who were able to clock inside the qualifying standard. I think from the middle to the long distance, the KZN won't be having Messi on the national championships.
And the other provinces definitely better watch out, because KZN, they are definitely coming to take the territory and show that we are there as well as a province, and not just there to show face, but we're there to compete.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start with event number 171. In our start list, kukhona uGithi Sithandiwe, Kamara Tuba twice. This
is under 20, right?
From Amanzimtoti, bekhona uGumbi Zanele from Umkhomazi, bekhona uKwane Palisa from Umkhomazi, and Zondo Ayanda.
And currently, the athletes you're seeing on your screen is the women's under 2,800 meters, where in lane 4 we have Ngidi Sitandiwe from Duba twice. In lane 5 we have Lepir Erin from Amazimtoti High School. In lane 6 we have Gumbi Zanele from Umkomazi and her training partner Mkwani Palisa also from Umkomazi. And in lane 8 we have Zondo Ayanda from Newcastle City Athletics Club. Unfortunately, we only have 4 athletes on the track, and they are there to claim that gold, or rather that medal, and hopefully that qualifying time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Palisa Umkhomazi, and Zondo Ayanda, Newcastle City. Push girls. Sabona, you got a lot of fishes in that chain. They love come on, girls. Push girls, your qualifying standard is 220.
So the
This is final. Women under 20 qualifying standard is 220. Hey, never have a range after push a girl.
taking a bell at 1 minute and 10 seconds, that is Zondo Ayanda of Newcastle City.
And following in close second is Ukwani Palisa from Umkoma's Athletics Club. And in 4th and 5th position, or rather in 3rd position now, we have Erin taking that 3rd position, trying to close down on Upalisa. And while Upalisa is also trying to close down on Uzondo, and they are approaching that back straight rather, with unofficial time of 1 minute and 45 seconds. So I believe that Uzondo and is going to make that qualifying time.
I think she can. If you look at her right now, she is still driving, she's still moving, she's cruising so fine. There are no sign of fatigue. Holding her form perfectly fine as she's making her way to the homecoming. It is gonna be good. I hope. It is 2 minutes and 20 seconds, the qualifying standard, and now it is 2 minutes and 10. She's left with 10 seconds on the 100.
And we would like to also spend send rather a special shout out to our hydrating partner, long-standing hydrating partner, which is Aquile. Wow, Ayanda Zondo blast through that finish with the unofficial time of 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Well done, Ayanda. And coming through in second place is Aaron. And in third place at the moment, it currently is Ukwani Balisa. And in fourth position, it is going to be Ukumbizanele. Well done, ladies.
You know, Erin, she started so slow because she knew that the final lap is going to be on fire. Now she came second, but on the first lap, she was on the fourth. She ran her race. She followed her own routes because
Yep.
she knows her pace, she knows her energy, she knows that you know what, going all out hard with the punch sometimes has a really negative impact on the
That is
final
true.
lap.
So I think it's also testament to the sports itself. You need to run your own race in your own lane. And the athletes that came in fourth position is in fact Ungidi Sitandiwe from Tuba Twice Athletics Club. We have now seen the boys lining up, and I'd like to believe it is the men's under 800 meters. And in that final, we have in lane one, Makuena Ngobo from Sunshine. In lane two, we have Zuma Ntloso from Harambe 2040. In lane three, we have Lamini Sianda from Schools Invitations. And in lane four, we have Mapumulo Pendulov also from Schools Invitation. In lane five, we have Pela Kokwanele from Umlazi Development. In lane six, we have Sibia Siposake from DUT Athletics Club. In lane seven, we have Makaba Meli from Umlazi Development. And in lane eight, we do have Umlangeni Nduduzo from Italente Athletics Club. Their qualifying time is 1 minute and 58 seconds. Providence, do you have any favorites in this one?
You know what? I don't wanna say that because you know what? It is complicated the athletics, especially on the last stages of the race.
Yep.
Things that you were hoping to see don't happen your way, so we're just gonna have to wait and see who's gonna be able to come to take the finishing line first. Because you know what? They have to go all out hard, meet the qualifying standard of which is this is boys under 21 minutes and 58 seconds. So your favorite made Ben on the last stages of the
And
race.
that is true because such is really life in this sport. And you can see now that they are approaching the 300-meter back straights and they're doing their first 100 meters and they are closing into the inner lane. And that is where you are seeing them all bunched up and cruising. Everyone is in a what seems to be a very controlled tempo and pace. Again, athletics, you need to run your own pace, or rather run in your own pace and in your own lane. Hence, the track also has lanes.
I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. Because you know what, no one wanna stay right behind because it's gonna be difficult to chase or to make a comeback because the time won't be able to stop for you, wait for you to make a comeback. No, taking a bell at 1 minute.
1 minute dead, that is actually a very fast time. And now we are seeing them starting to scatter away. Everyone is trying to claim their dominance with Pantane, I believe.
That is Italente.
Or Italente, my
taking the lead.
apologies, taking the lead. And it's still not very clear as to who exactly is taking this lead and who is going to win this. But we can definitely see that everyone is trying, every man is out there for themselves and trying to break away the best way that they know how, and so that they can also meet that qualifying standard. It is getting very tense and very dramatic, but we can see that now we have a lead, or rather someone in the lead and someone trying to also overtake that leader. And the time right now, it is 1 minute 58 and it is 2 minutes dead. And the win is claimed by Sibia Siposake from DUT Athletics Club. And in second place, we have Makaba Meli. Congratulations, gentlemen. And as both.
So that is under
The girls are done. All of our girls are done.
Oh no.
1 second, it'll light off. The lights are off.
Yes.
Okay.
5,000 reported quorum. Lana Subanagala Sin on Tuli, from GUT. Good luck, girl. The qualifying standard yaka 2018. Sorry, 218, 218, sorry.
And the athlete you're seeing on screen is going to be doing the 800-meter final, unfortunately by herself. And the athlete that is on your screen right now is Ntuli Luanle from DUT Athletics Club. She's unfortunately chasing time by herself, and the time that she is chasing is 2 minutes and 18 seconds. We are sending you all the positive vibes and energy during these very trying times. And trying times it is indeed because you're running by yourself, girl. But I believe that you can do it. Currently, the time stands at unofficial time of 29 seconds as she is approaching the 200 meters. And I like to believe that she is going to make it. What do you think about that, Puppet?
You know what? She can clock a good one here. The thing is, this is a solo race. No one is pushing her. No much of a competition. No much of a challenge.
Yep.
So, but if you can just stick her to her own game, that's what she does best at the gym.
And I think running by yourself is a blessing in disguise because you now get to really focus on what you and your coach had planned and applying that without any certain pressures from the outside. She has just claimed the bell right now with unofficial time of 1 minute and 7 seconds, and which is relatively quick. And I believe that she can make it back in the minutes that is left for her so that she can also make that qualifying time. She's approaching that home straight, or rather back straight rather, where she only has the last 300 meters. Fatigue still not in sight. She's still going strong. So would like to again keep on sending her positive vibes so that she can make it in time.
Cheer the lady up, cheer the lady up. Support the lady, cheer the lady up. Now I'm going to go to the match and I'm going to fight.
She is now coming through that home straight, and the unofficial time is 2 minutes and 17 seconds, 2:18, as she approaches that last 30 meters. And the lactic monkey did in fact bite her, but she made it through with unofficial time of 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Ntuli Lwanle, we really commend you for your bravery and your effort.
Right, we are moving to event number 174. Final man under 23. 800 meters. Qualifying standard is 1, 5, 6.
And on your screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, is the men's final 800 meters under 23 with the qualifying time of 1 minute and 56. That is incredibly fast. But in lane 1, we have Hatebe Makatunye from Newcastle. In lane 2, we have Mhlaba Sabaliset, who was a teammate to Hatebe. And in lane 3, we have Myambo Adelson from DUT Athletics Club. In lane 4, we have Mtambo Nhlakanipho from Fulatela. In lane 5, we have Motlabeti Karabelo from Pantane. In lane 6, we have Mtolo Sipiwe from Pantane as well. And in lane 7, we have Hatebe Tabiso. And in lane 8, we have Mbona Tula Sizwe. And they are off.
Final man under 23, 800 meters. Qualifying standard is 1, 5, 6. There we have got Newcastle Siaya, Newcastle City, DUT, khona iFlatela, kube khona iPantana, kube khona iBeckersburg, kube khona neNewcastle. Siyaya. Everybody.
Meters into the 200-meter marker. This race, that's where you're going to determine to see the talents get tested here. But for now, they're still on the first lap as they are on the homecoming now. Antonio.
They are very much in their bunch as they now just clocked into their first lap with an official time of 58 seconds. And Pantan is still in the lead and still very much in a bunch, but it is about to get dismantled in a bit.
Pantana, yes, Pantana is still in the lead. Khona lapha uMtolo Siphiwe kanjalo no Karabelo. Pantana bagijimisa lapha u156. Njengamanje bathi 134. Ozan Mateo, come along boys, come along boys, come along boys, come along boys. 139, 140, gijimisa ubheka lapha ku156.
We can see Pantane Athletics Club in the lead, and it is a very much contested area, and one of the teammates has been left behind, and victory is claimed by Mtolo Sipiwe from Pantane Athletics Club. And in close second, we have Hatebe Tabiso with the unofficial time of 1 minute and 54 seconds. It could or could not be that they have both made the team because they ran under the qualifying standard that was required of them. Congratulations, gentlemen.
They did a perfect job. And the guy that came in third from Fulatila Athletic Club had a very good race. He was able to keep up with the big boys and was able to claim the victory as a third finisher in this event. So now we've got another 800-meter event on the track. They're going to be starting shortly.
5,000 meters, reported Koro. Event number 193. This is final girls under 16, 200 meters. Yes, report. Yes, reported Koro. Scott Siavuma. 200, 5,000, reported Koro. There will be medal ceremony.
And on your screen right now is the boys under 16 800-meter final. It is only 5 athletes that we are seeing, and we also like to send a special shout out to our new sponsor, which is Hyundai, as well as our partner KwaZulu-Natal Sports and Arts and Culture. The boys are off to claim their victory with the qualifying time of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Doti is up front while they are leading up through that back straight, heading towards, or rather past the 200 meters now, with an official time of 38 seconds. And I believe that they can make it in time for that 2 minutes and 6 seconds. What do you think, Providence?
I think they can. I think they can. The 800 meters are so unpredictable. Trust me. We've seen some good times yesterday. So, as I just said earlier, that 800-meter athletes, 1.5, 3,000, 5,000, they're so phenomenal. Some of them were able to clock inside the qualifying standard. Taking a bell at 1 minute and 2 seconds. And the qualifying standard for boys under 16, it is 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I think if they can push this one, they can clock a good one here and be able to make it to Germiston?
I really think they are going to be able to, because now you can see that they're putting more effort into their run now as they are attacking that back straight. So they really want to claim their dominance. It's now getting bunched up in the front, and I think that last 100 meters or 80 meters will definitely be a determining factor as to who exactly is one going to represent KZN and who is going to be the champion of this final.
There's a lot of back and forth going on right there, but Twitty is holding on so good. He was in third, he was on in second, a lot of back and forth. But I think on the homecoming, it is going to be clear who's going to be taking that first position, who will clock a good time here. And then he breaks away.
They are really pushing through, and the winner has came in unofficial time of 2 minutes and 7 seconds, which is just fell short of that qualifying, which is 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Well done, boys. And now I will be handing over the mic to my commentator, which is Usama, and he will be handling the fort together with Providence to attack the more of the long distance stuff as well as the field events that will be taking place right now. Goodie, bye for now.
Final men under 20 long jump. If you are currently streaming in and you are on your screens, congratulations to Riley Williams. Distance of 6.22 meters in first place. In second place, Nkanyuso Chiliza with the distance of 6.2 meters. Third place, Ross Jason with a distance of 6.11 meters.
Okay, on the start list, it's...
Final girls under 16 high jump. In first position, Azaria Sareva with a height of 1.5 meters. In second place, Washe Mhonda with a height of 1.45 meters. And in third position, Annabella Edwards from Amanzi Mtoti, if I'm not mistaken, with a height of 1.4 meters. If I'm not mistaken, Azaria made the qualification standard for the KZN, for the SA Championships, which was actually on the head of 1.5 meters. So congratulations to her for excellent jumping.
She was able to... wow. So a lot of athletes were able to clock inside the qualifying zone. I hear that you're a professional high jumper. We are working with the big guns here. My AK-47. Okay, so have you ever been out of the continent Africa? Okay. Have you ever been to Belgium?
I've been Belgium. I love it, Belgium. I live in Belgium. I live in Antwerp. Yeah, which is one of like the bigger provinces that are there. So I live between there and Den Haag, The Hague, in the Netherlands. So that's where I feel like for long periods when I go overseas.
So you were born here?
Yeah, no, I'm born brought up here. So my parents, so my grandparents.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I just go overseas for competition.
Yes, dude. Okay. When you're done here, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of interview with you for my...
No problem. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool with me. Coming to your screens live now for event 175, final men under 25,000 meters, with a KZN qualification standard of 15 minutes and 30 seconds. As you can see, there's a long list of athletes that will be competing. Usually, this is the case with 5,000 meter. With 5,000, there's usually quite a bit of athletes. I'll run through the names because obviously this is going to be quite some time. We've got 15 minutes to talk. So the 12 athletes that will be competing today: Ayanda Tabede from Dundee Athletics Club, Sipilele Makazi from Harambe 2040 Athletics Club, Pipokushle Ndwandwe from Schools Invitation Sasa, Sanele Simalane from Utrecht Athletics Club, Sibosiso Ngube from Newcastle Siaya Athletics Club, Bebo Nyali from Tandalwetu Athletics Club, Sishle Ayabonga Zabin Zanibe from School Invitation Sasa, Sanele Nkosi from Newcastle Siaya Athletics Club, Nkosi Tandile Majia from School Invitations, Ngebo Magaga from School Invitations, Amashle Ngema from School Invitations, and Dumisa Mbeje from Dumisa Development Athletics Club. 12 boys. Who takes the title today? Your take.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to do name dropping, but
sure.
Eric gonna be a good one. Trust me on that, because we've got Pantana here. Pantana got some athletes who love going all out
Definitely,
hard on the early stages of the race,
definitely.
and that sets the bar very much higher in terms of the qualifying time.
For sure.
Only if they are going to be able to finish the race with a very good pace, because it's all about keeping up with that form. Do
Definitely.
not burn yourself out.
100%, 100%. You know, realistically, a lot of people have asked me before, what is my favorite event? And I'll be honest with you, long distance is more of my favorite event than watching high jump,
Why long distance?
which is so, it's so ironic, and you know that I would say that because I have a lot of friends that are actually, involved in the long distance, scene. So over the past couple of years, I hadn't really paid a lot of attention to it. But after having a lot of my close friends that are obviously involved in 5,000, 10,000, 21K on the road, 42 running the marathon and stuff like that, it made me much more involved in understanding. And there's so many questions that I'm always trying to understand, trying to ask them. And one of the biggest questions that I ask, like, for example, when it comes to like a marathon, what are you thinking about the whole time whilst you are running?
Dude, okay.
Think about
makes
that.
sense,
What are
why?
you thinking about that? And one of my close friends, Adam, he was like, you don't think about anything. You're just focusing on running. But I'm like, for you to stay committed and locked in on a distance of for 2 hours to be realistically running, that's a crazy amount of mental
makes
strength
sense
and stability
why.
that you need to have in order for you to be a successful long distance runner. So, for example, exactly the same thing. You know you're going to be running for 15 minutes. You know that you need to do what you need to do. You're not just looking at the clock. You're not just looking at your lungs. You're not just focusing on your fatigue and your consciousness of your levels. It's such a what's the word? It's such a well orchestrated event. That's the word that I like to use. It's an orchestrated event, especially when it comes to long distance.
You know what? I think these outlets are mentally strong. I'm mentally strong because I now understand, I now get it why you said so earlier, because like for 15 minutes you're running,
Imagine.
and I easily quit. I don't want to lie.
Definitely.
So imagine doing 12 laps. There are athletes who are gonna go all out hard on the first stages of the race, and I must keep up with what I'm doing. So it makes so
Not
much
not
sense.
not at all the easiest things. And a big commendable shout out to Umdu Kumalo from Patani Athletics Club. He's been a pioneer of the club for many years. And obviously he's really put in the effort, obviously, to produce some of the best long distance runners across the country. Having the likes of Prudence Segodiso obviously under his club colors, Ran Pashlere also under his club colors, which is obviously one of the most renowned 1500 meter, 5000 meter runners in the country. The likes of Chepo Chite.
Sebo, yes.
I
yes.
mean, what an exceptional season he's had year in, year out for the past 4 years, I would say, from 2021 Olympics, all the way up now. Every single year breaking indoor national records, outdoor national records, or being one of the top contenders of, the long distance scene. The guy can race anything from 800 right up to now, if I'm not mistaken, he was in Gqeberha for the 21K.
Yes.
Or the 10K, if I'm not mistaken, for the ABSA series. And what an exceptional run he came. If I'm not mistaken, I remember reading the statistic. He came in as the fastest 5K on the road ever. Even though he had run 10K, but it was one of the fastest. Overall, he came third place. But like I'm saying, Mdu is doing the right thing with obviously building up this team to be, to being one of the strongest long distance teams
yes.
in the country, if not in the world, realistically.
Yeah, you know what? Back in Richards Bay, where I come from,
For sure.
if ever we see an athlete running in the colors of Pansani, you will hear everyone in the sense saying, you know what,
Definitely.
we know who's going to take the
We know
title
who's gonna
here.
take the title.
It is Pansani because wherever they come, they just produce those good times. They
Definitely.
take the lead early, and they're not afraid of stepping
Not
up
at
to the
all.
challenge.
Not at all.
As you can see on your
Literally,
screen,
there's the
he
athlete
is on
from
the lead.
Pantane. I'm trying to
Right, siyabonga kakhulu Khize. Sesiyathola lana ukuthi this is a combined event. Ucombine event number 175 no event 176. Final man under 20 qualifying time yabo beyithi laphaya 15:30 kanti final man under 23 beyithi 15. Okay, nqaza phambili njengamanje laphayana ubiyela bayanda qhamuka kwiPhantane.
Okay, so from what we are able to obviously analyze, because we were just a little bit confused as to what's going on, it seems as if the under 25,000 and the under 23 have been combined. This has obviously happened before in the past, whereby if there's not enough athletes for 5,000 and you need to be on time, you are able to combine both of the athletes, both of the age categories together. So, for example, the boy who's currently leading, if I'm not mistaken, it's either between Leslie Mokwena or Bayanda Biela from Pantane Athletics Club.
Oh, earlier I had a chat with the athletes from Richards Bay. He did mention earlier that he's going to be running with the under 23 men. He's under 20. So he said to me, don't shout at me when you get home.
For sure.
Because I know you're going to shout at me. And I no, I'm not going to shout at you, but just keep up with them so that you can produce those good times.
I mean, like you said, the difference between the difference between the men under 23 and the under 25,000 meters is obviously a 30-second difference for qualification standards. So that's pretty intense, like for you to be able to run or stay with a batch for a difference of 30 seconds. But from what we are able to see, 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go.
With a time of 7:29 on the clock.
For sure. So realistically, 7 laps, doable, very, very, very doable. The athletes have a very good running conditions today, specifically for long distance. I feel like you can't ask for more optimum weather than this for you to be doing any road running. The wind is low. The weather is it's overcast. And there's not much of a headwind for you to be running into. So I think in regards to weather conditions for you to be running and competing for a long distance event today, perfect. Perfect, genuinely.
They are perfect. I don't want to lie. They are perfect compared to yesterday.
Yesterday.
The events were having so much difficulty, especially high jump. It was very hard. The bar kept on falling on the ground because of the wind.
Definitely.
And on the homecoming, the athletes, it was so hard for them to breathe because some of the athletes, they breathe throughout the nose the entire race.
Imagine.
And that is difficult.
Imagine.
And with the wind yesterday, it is very difficult. But
definitely.
Today, it is cool.
It's manageable. It is manageable. Even us sitting up here in the commentators box, like yesterday, geez, we were absolutely under it was so hot inside here. But today, we have a little bit of a jacket on, we're sitting, we're feeling cozy, the weather is good. It's manageable for us to be able to sit right on top in the commentators box and, speak on this event. For 5,000 meters, obviously it's a long event, so you have to be constantly, speaking about something. That's what I would just prefer, just giving the people some insight into what exactly goes on. But like I had said previously, 5,000 probably one of my most favorite events. I've seen it raced competitively internationally, and it is as enticing as it would be to watch it now on your screens. It just goes from the gunshot. From the start, it is absolutely thrilling and exciting to be watching. And I think that's why when I say long distance has fortunately become one of my more sort of after events to watch.
Okay, maybe we're gonna be seeing you in the future doing
Yeah.
some long distance.
I
Because
don't
the
know about
way,
that. Yeah.
maybe the way you is so in love with the long distances, I think there is this passion that is like, okay, maybe you should try it out. You should try it out.
Interesting take. Also, I'll give you just a small bit of information that has come on for those of you who understand. You know, that are athletes, the athletes that are professionally sponsored by brands. A lot of times, aside from the prototype of spikes that are given to athletes, you do get a special elite colorway that is given to elite long distance runners, which is very interesting. So, for example, Adidas, they make an exclusive colorway for the long distance part of a season for the elite athletes, which is such an interesting take.
Wow.
Just goes to show,
Ah,
track and the speed athletes are not getting this. They're not getting the prototype spikes. They're not getting, the specialized colorway of kit that's given to them. They're not given the prototype training shoes, which are always innovative for the long distance athletes. So it just goes to show where the attention more or less always is.
okay. But with the training sessions, it is very much different. Training sessions are very much different, and especially for long distance, it is kind of hard. We'll see the sprinters, they'll do like 5 20-meter starts,
For
50
sure.
meter starts,
For
and
sure.
then when it comes to 5,000, they'll be doing like 1.5 times 6.
Imagine.
They'll do like 5K times
Correct.
8. So it is very much difficult. I think that's the reason why they paying much attention
Definitely,
to the long
definitely,
distance
definitely,
athletes.
definitely, and that's what I like also. But I mean, realistically, even if you're looking at it, Providence, like if you're looking at it from a marketing perspective, obviously, that's what the end goal is. Realistically, it's how you can make a sport that obviously a lot of people aren't prioritizing or wanting to watch. How can you make it marketable enough for people to be as excited? So now, with the improvement of wavelights, right? I'm not sure if you've seen that now in the recent diamond leagues and the races. Wavelights
Yes.
have been incorporated to be brought in, obviously, to assist with pacing, to keep people on track for world record pacing. That doesn't exist in anything but in long distance. So it just shows the priority that's given now to making it as innovative, and people are excited to watch. I went for a competition before. There's a competition that happens in Austria, where it's literally just 1,500, 5,000, sponsored by OnCloud. Absolutely electrifying.
No wonder someone is really
Absolutely electrifying.
falling deeper.
And I was there unwillingly, but I said, you know what, let me go watch this. Oof. Electrifying, just to be able to see that the atmosphere that is given for something like this.
I think the other thing is what they're doing with the long distance athletes. It pushes them to produce best times
100%.
because
definitely.
like the athlete can easily see, okay, I'm right behind the time. I'm keeping up with the time. I remember the mile winner Jessica Hall.
Yes.
She is
100%.
perfect.
Definitely.
And I think she's the one who's going to be able to defeat Faith one day.
I think so too. I mean, look at Faith, for example. Now that you're speaking on, hot distance, for example, exact same thing. Faith was able to obviously perform at the highest level that she's able to, because there's so much. You look at a race, if Faith Kipyegon is coming to a race, the attention that's given for that race, there's almost as big of a turnout than a 100-meter final, which is so interesting. But 12:52, 12:53 on the clock right now, and if I'm not mistaken, 2 laps to go.
Yes, 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. For all of the athletes, realistically, qualifying standard 15:30 for the men under 25,000 and 15 seconds. 15 minutes for the men under 23 5,000.
It's 13.4, 13 minutes and 14 seconds so far on the clock. So I
For sure.
think they are going to be able to clock a
100%,
qualifying standard here.
100%.
If you look at the time, Pantani now is taking a bell, and this 5,000.
Took the ball at
meter-
13:29.
13:29.
Jeez.
Dude, are you
Wow.
going to be seeing something in 14 point something?
I
seconds?
see it the way he's running. Realistically, I can see him coming through. My prediction. Let me see what he comes through. 14:30. I'm putting my money on
something like
14:30.
that, yeah.
14:30, 14:25 to 14:30 realistically for him to be able to, he's going to close in because he's currently at 250 meters into the 200-meter mark, coming in 200-meter mark at 14 seconds. He has 150 meters to go, and realistically for him to close that in 25 seconds is very doable. Into the 120 mark, as you can see on your screens, the athlete from Pantani is absolutely flying. What a commendable, exceptional effort from him. 14:18 at the 80-meter mark. Oh, could my prediction be on 21, 22, 23,
Oh my
60
gosh.
meters to go.
Okay.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29. One
Wait.
thing.
No.
One thing, I might just
must
be
ask you
online.
something first.
For sure.
Do you know this guy?
Not a chance. I don't know
Have
him
you
from
ever
about
seen
soap.
him run before?
I've never. I've possibly seen him, but
So
wow.
how can you predict exactly the time that he's gonna clock?
Realistically, when you're watching and you can see
you can tell
the
by
speed,
the laps.
the speed
yes.
and the cadence that he's moving through as he's coming from the 150. I like as he's coming from the 300 to the 200. Realistically, from a kick, it's easy for you to make an observation that, you know what, hey, I think he might be between 14.25, 14.30 with the speed that he's obviously moving. If he's slow, you're able to, like, you know, see it more or less. But exceptional performance. I mean, geez, he came in well under 30 seconds under the KZNA qualifying standard. And I mean, it wasn't even a competitive race for himself with the gap that was there. So congratulations to him. The other athletes are still on their final lap coming through. Another athlete has just crossed the line, and there's about 7 athletes that are still remaining. But if they are falling apart of the final men under 25,000, they still have a full 1 minute to go to finish up to finish up with the possibility of qualifying for the ASA Championships. On your screens right now, the decathlon discus throw. If I'm not mistaken, that I think the athlete from CKS, Monet Mulman, if I'm not mistaken, he's been absolutely on fire across all of the events since yesterday. And obviously, if I'm not mistaken, they should be rounding it down for the last bit of their heptathlon and decathlon. So yes, as I was saying right now, simultaneously at the same time, final men's senior decathlon, under 23 decathlon, under 20 decathlon, under 18 decathlon is happening and has been happening since 9 a.m. Not long after that, also on the screens, at the same time, final woman under 23, under 20, under 18, and under 16 long jump heptathlon is currently also happening. Final men under 23 pole vault. I'm not entirely sure if we do have any athletes that were meant to be coming on, but yes, there is one athlete, Rudy Barnard, for the pole vault. Are we just trying to see quickly? But basically for the decathlon discus, the boys that are still in, it is Amashlim Shlongo from Newcastle, Siaya, Jaden McIntyre. So that was Jaden McIntyre that I just spoken about previously, Yaden Fall, and Tadolweto Mguni. In the final men under 20 decathlon discus, Jordan Labuschagne, Monet Mulman, Samkelo Mashlangu, and Eddie Erasmus. Under 18 decathlon discus, we have Marco Fritz, Brian Nshangase, Melokushle Kumalo, and Siabonga Mazibuko. Those are the athletes, the veterans, as I like to call them, the strongest of the strong when it comes to being able to do all events. Providence.
True. I don't want to lie. I don't think. Yes, at home they say I'm in a Jersey. I talk too much.
Okay.
I don't easily get tired. Okay,
Sure.
but come to this. I cannot do 10 events in one day. No.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I think these are the most strong
For
people
sure.
ever in
sure.
athletics.
For sure.
No matter how good you are in rugby, in soccer can last 90 minutes, but come here and they must gather those points.
The thing is, you have to be good at realistically 8 out of 10. That's what I've spoken to. Majority of the decathlon athletes that I've spoken to, it's one way or another. You have to have 2 week sports. You have to have 2 week events. It's impossible for you to be perfect. And if you are able to be perfect in 10 events, that means that you are going to break the world record. Like Anna Hall, for example, like I'd spoken about previously, the athlete from America who won the World Championships last year for the heptathlon. She was exceptionally good in every single event. But we'll touch more on that shortly. Right now, we have the final woman under 20, 5,000 and final woman under 23, 5,000 meters.
Ladies and gentlemen, right underway now is event number 191 combined with final women under 20 running 5,000. Their qualifying status is 2020, but for event number 192.
Meter women under 20 and under 23. I think it's a combined event. So women under 25,000. It is of course Joanna Temberg of a school's invitation. Mdungo Anel Naidu Joji of Pick Athletic Club. She was there yesterday. She was phenomenal. Shock Happiness of Tandolito Athletic Club. Those are final women under 20, battling it all out till they cross the finishing line. And the qualifying standard for final women under 20, for women under 23, it's gonna be getting it just now with under 20. It is 20 minutes and 20 seconds. I think women under 20 can try.
Definitely.
Can.
I mean, and obviously just have the opportunity to be able to go through and compete at ASA national championships in the 5,000. Like I said, also speaking of back on long distance, the nice thing also that I've been and I really respect and always enjoy is that the moment you start doing long distance, you're able to raise up events. So I've seen the likes of athletes come 1,000, and that playing field of 5,000, 10,000, it allows you to double on the road.
You can do road.
You
and
can do
also
road. Then you're able to slot yourself in for maybe a 10K road. Half marathon. You're able to play around. That's the enjoyable thing, especially when it comes to long distance. And what helps, especially with visibility, is that your season doesn't end now.
Yeah.
Then you cross country. Then you still have cross country.
Yeah.
Whereas sprinters, high jumpers, long jumpers, our season is from A to Z, and then it's over. It's from A until I'd say S.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, true, my friend. The season that is still